To get started, use the link on screen or the first link in the description. That link gives you $1,000 in free credits when you sign up. Credits are what pays for the work your agents do, so that's enough to build everything in this video and keep your agents running well beyond it. When you click on that link, you'll land on this page here. And on the left side, you can choose between 3 different sign-up methods. Pick the one you want and create your account. And once you're all signed up, you'll land here on the Hyperagent dashboard. It greets you with a few starting points. Build your personal agent, hire a team of agents, you can let it interview you, or even import an OpenClaw agent if you already have one of those built. But we're going to ignore all of these because the best way to understand agents is to start from a blank page. The best way to start is not to build an agent yet. Just give it a task and watch what happens. Everything in Hyperagent starts as a thread, which is one conversation where the agent does one job for you. Click New Thread in the upper left of the navigation. Now, a quick word on this setting here in the chat box. If you click this drop down where it says plan, you can see there are 2 options. In execute mode, the agent acts immediately. In plan first mode, it shows you its plan before it spends any credits. As a beginner, always start in plan mode. You'll see why in a second. Next, you need to give it a task to do. So click into the chat box and describe what you want done. One thing before we start. I'm going to build a team that our YouTube channel can actually use, but that's just my example. What you're really learning here is the recipe, and it works for any business and any kind of work. And everywhere that my choices are specific to my situation, I'll tell you exactly what to swap so you can make it yours. Here's the prompt I'm using, but notice it's really a template. I'm researching the content creation software market because that's the business I'm in. You change one thing, the market, and every other step in this video stays exactly the same. If you run an online store, it's your product's market. If you're a freelancer, it's your client's industry. Same recipe, your ingredients. Once you've got your prompt loaded in, go ahead and click send. Now, one small thing to know. Once a message is sent, you can't edit it. So if you spot a mistake in your message after you've sent it, click the stop button down here. Then send a corrected message. Nothing is wasted as long as you catch it early. Now watch what happens. Before any real spending starts, it's going to think and then ask clarifying questions. Here it asks which segment of content creation software should I focus on. Let's say broad overview across all segments, then click next. Now it asks what's your business relationship to this market. I'll say, we're a YouTube channel teaching people how to use these tools. And then send the response. These kind of questions are exactly what a good employee would do. It stops the agent from running off in the wrong direction with your money. It reasons through what it should do next, comes up with the plan, and then puts it on the right side of the screen for us to review. So let's scroll through and double check it. It had a summary at top, and then it has its own to-do list here. I think this looks pretty good, so I'll click Approve Plan. Now, if you wanted to request changes or reject the plan outright, you can do that here too. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and submit the approval. And now it gets to work. And look at this. It just split the job up and spun up its own small research agents, each one taking one segment in parallel. It even named them. We didn't ask for that. You can also watch the running cost in real time here by hovering over the model tag in the upper right of the screen. I love that this gives us total transparency on what this is costing while it happens. Now, this process will take a few minutes, so I'll go ahead and skip forward to when the job is done. All right, we've jumped ahead in time and look at this. We have a final response here. And if we scroll to the top to see the beginning of the response, we can click this report, this brief it created. We'll click the View on Canvas button, or we can even click to make it full screen. And here we go, a finished, organized report as an actual web page. And here's the part that I love. This link is public, so you can click Open in a new tab, grab this link, open in a private window, and it still loads. So you can share it with anyone. They don't need a Hyperagent account to read it. For our demo, this is about content creation software. For you, it could be your industry, your competitors, or your customers. The steps are the same and only the job description changes. All right, so that was a one-time job. Let's go ahead and close this tab out and go back to our response. If we scroll to the bottom here, we see that Hyperagent has already suggested some next steps for us. Check out how little it takes to make this task permanent. The first suggestion here for me, it might be different for you, but for me, it's turn this into a weekly auto brief. That's exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and click that. And it loads a pre-made prompt. It says, save this as an agent and turn on live mode so I get this content creation software brief automatically every week. It reasons through a response, and when it's done, it'll come back with a draft agent card. You can click the drop down to show the details and read through what it's going to create. So here it has a system prompt. It says, "You are Creator Tools Weekly, a research analyst who produces a sharp, trustworthy weekly market brief on the content creation software industry." And it goes to use the default model. If you want some additional context, you can scroll down and see what else it said for suggested follow-ups. But really, the thing we want here is to just save the agent. So let's go ahead and do that. If you wanted to tweak the system prompt a little bit, you could have also clicked that edit button before approving, but you can always do that later too. Now you'll notice as soon as I clicked Save Agent, it turned the canvas on the right side to a different color. This indicates that now this thread is linked with an agent and is not a generalist thread. So let's click View Agent. That'll open up in a new tab. And here we can see an overview of our new agent. Now, the first thing I want to do is give our agent a little bit more of a friendly name. Creator Tools Weekly is descriptive, but it's not very nice to look at. We'll simply double click on the name and I'll call it Scout and hit return on my keyboard to lock it in. Now, there are two important things to check here on this overview page for the agent. First, the budget limit per query. There's a toggle for it here if you click the Model tab and scroll down. If you turn this budget limit per query on, it caps what any single run is allowed to spend, so there are never cost surprises. I'll keep mine at $10 per query. That seems good enough for now. Second, the schedule. Click on More and then Invocations, or you can see it on the right side panel here. You can see in this Invocations tab, it has the scheduled card and shows the current schedule every week on Monday at 8. You could turn this schedule off or on with this toggle, or click the three dots to edit it, or even run it manually now. Now, for this broader invocation page, these are all the ways to wake your agent up on a schedule, from this thread, by email, from other apps through a webhook. And by the way, a webhook is just how one app automatically tells another app to go. And there's even a live mode up top here, where the agent keeps checking on its own at regular intervals and only pings you when something matters. Now, one thing I respect, before you turn live mode on, if you click Setup, it shows you an estimated cost per day and per month. Personally, I'd rather a platform tell me these costs up front than surprise me on the bill later. We don't need to put this on live mode for a weekly report, so I'll go ahead and just click out of this mode. But there are other tasks that your agents might do where you might want it to check something regularly. So live mode is where you would set that up.